You saw a bathing on the road, a beauty in the moonlight overthrew ya. She tied you to the kitchen chair. She broke your throne and she cut your hair. And from your lips she drew the hallelujah.
It's a beautiful day. This is the wonderful day that the Lord has given us. Thank you so much, the parade. I didn't know what you guys were preparing. I was wondering why you were coming before I make a speech. But thank you so much for the work that you're doing. Someone asked us to open a clinic for Mami Sala. I did too. If we were going to open our own police, because it seems we have strong soldiers. So thank you so much for all that you are doing. Our guest of honor, Mr. Joab Frank Chakhaza, Mr. Cruz 5, that's how we love to call you. The board chair, Reverend Karuluma Tembo, the headmaster, Mr. Finu Mbewe, the deputy, and all members of staff, the senior chief Kalonga, the traditional authority Kalonga, number 16, Ulemwanu, for always being available every time we have events like these. The directors for Our Voices the Word, Love Driven, the director for admissions, Lonjezo University, the graduating class of 2026, ladies and gentlemen, and all the invited guests. Good morning once again. The class of 2026, in our history, we are recording it to be the 5th class to graduate since the inception of Cornerstone Christian High School. In 2016, doors were opened at Ntenga village, where only a block was constructed. And in that year, only 16 students believed in our dream that a school will be there, and that school is here today. Our guest of honor, the history of Cornerstone Ministries, of which Cornerstone Christian High School is, it is one of the wonderful stories that I always cherish. Today, I am looking back to where we are coming from. Today, I am looking into various universities where we have students who are proud themselves to call themselves Cornerstone Christian High School alumni. These are students that believed in our dream when we were starting our school in 2016. Our guest of honor, today, 153 students are the ones that are here attending to this graduation or a farewell. But we have 251 students who are our candidates, and these students are the ones that are going to sit for the national exams. It is a great joy for me that a school that started with 16 students, today we can be here celebrating the 251 that will be sitting for the exams. Our guest of honor, this is just only Form 4, but as a school, it is a school that has grown from 16 students to 560 students as of today. This is not a mere achievement for us. As one of the leaders, as a director, I am very thankful to God for giving us such an honor for us to serve these young folks that we are serving them here in Salima. I'm not even ashamed to say that Cornerstone Christian High School is one of the best schools, not only in Salima, but one of the best in Malawi. The hope is that this will even go beyond, because we are still dreaming. As pertaining the theme for class of our class 2026 class, transformed by learning, prepared for purpose. As a leader, as a director, I have seen these young folks growing. Today, some that are graduating today, I still remember their stories on the first day when they stepped into our campus. These are students, some of them of which their parents had no hope. Some of them, their parents said, Cornerstone because to them, they thought it is a place for those but today, it's a different story. That the same who were saying they are the ones that are outstanding in the communities where they're coming from. Our guest of honor, this morning, I would like to just show you some of the students that we have worked with. I know there are so many, but I have stories, and sometimes I like to share stories of the people that are here. If Chris and Tim is here, would you please come forward? Ruth John, would you please come forward? Our guest of honor, Cornerstone Ministries. It is indeed a ministry, and Cornerstone Christian High School. It is not just a school that is there to make money. It is not just a school that is there to make a name, but it is a school that is there to serve the generation of today. It is a school that is there to bring a change in the lives of the students. The two students that are in front of us this morning, Ruth and Christian, I didn't tell them that I'm going to call them today. Maybe they are shaping, they think I'll ask them questions. But I want you to know, because these guys have stories. I would like to begin with Ruth. Some years ago, a friend of mine called me to say, my brother, there's a girl somewhere at somewhere at Maganjira, there's a girl, and that girl, she seemed to be bright, but I don't know how her future is going to look like. Is there any way you can consider giving her a space to learn? It came a time when, as a director, I needed money, and I needed only students that will come and pay for school fees. But Mr. Chigondi, that friend of ours, said, I want even to send you pictures of this girl. I want you to know her story. So that year when Ruth was coming in, the day Ruth was supposed to come to study school, Ruth being the firstborn in her family, idani tsiku limene kwao mwana wa namba 8 amabadwa. Ndiye mayenga Ruthi, ankena Ruthi sungapite ku skulu chifukwa chokuti ine ndikufunika munthu odazithandiza kulera ana 7 amene ali pakhoma. Koma Chikondi ankati Ruth ndikufuna kuti wewe upite ku skulu. It was a decision that was hard for Ruth's mom to say ndipitabe ku skulu. Fata imeneyo Ruth amene odabwerezenso from 3 koma nthawi yomweyo ndimene makolo akamaona ngati Ruth ndithandizo tsopano pazi balake 7. Ruth anali timofuna sukulu koma panalibe wina amene akanamuthandiza, koma chifukwa kuti ena anamva kwambiri ya Cornerstone, Ruth adapeza chisomo ndikubwera pa Cornerstone. Mene ankabwera ndawu zankochiko kuti ayi Ruth ndifuna kuti makolo akatsipanga kanthu kodi amali majani kwa Maganjira kukumudziwa sikuti ulimake mbamunda mwe ulimwina kwasoba umene machira kumeneko ndiye ngati mwina akhoza malibelesera soba koma zidone kuti makolo a Ruth rosoba sakadakwanitsa. Ndiye ndamuza Chikondi changu inabweretse koma tumbawira chimanga first to ya mzina teka madei mwenawo nalibeso energy yokumbutsa kuti akabweretsani chimanga kuti Ruth akhoza kuphunzira pano koma ife ngati utumiki tidamutengabe Ruth ndikukhala naye bene modzi. Ndikufuna kuti mumuyang'ane Ruth zotsatira za mayiso zakuluka muzafunsa Ruth wopeza mapoints angati. Ruth ni mmodzi mwa atsikana amene akhala akuchita bwino matemo onse chibwerereni. Ruth akapita kwawo kwa Maganjira kumudzi anthu amadabwa kuti mmudzi muno muli msungwana uyu. Kwa ife timakhala okumbukira masomphenya athu ndi chimene ife tikufuna kudzakhala kutsogolo kuno. Ndiye olemekezeka ife ngati Cornerstone timanenso kuti sitinangobwera zapanga bizinesi yongoti mutipatse ndalama. Ife tinabwera kuti tidzathandize wanthu kudzera kuphunzira Ruth akhoza kusinthika. How many of us will be able to recognize Ruth when she goes back to her village? She is going to be a role model to where she is coming from. So when we are saying transformed by learning, we thought it would be good for us to teach people, students like Ruth, so that she can grow and get transformed. In years to come, she'll be one of the leaders in the community she's coming from. Another interesting story I'd like to share with us is my young brother who is standing there, Christian Time. That's his name, Christian Time. It's wrong with the Christian Time. So Christian Time, if you're Cornerstone, Mongali Abalatwa, Love Driven, Abalatwa Voices, how is that management Masuna Mtima Tumaga Mzagazino, the girl child? Tell Mabunga Piri, Agamfankania Sigana Gazi, Ruth. They are easily moved to Shibuka to Sumara Bujika. Omatsukuri na name office, Zaga start Sakidaso. A young boy by the name Christian came to my office. He had long hair. So he came and he said, Nakubeza Kisala, then Damfusa Lutanize Banch. Anakuza Wudi Ine, Lufuna Mala Sugu. Ndamega na Lufusa Mala Sugu, Ramanawanu. The Christian and I look for Mala School in the name of Zanso. Could Mala School and Yamanawanu, how could I look off for Landi? This minute is not so that for some of us. You were going on Kuru. That time he was 28. 28, little bit there, happy birthday, Christian. So, Zaka 28, I'm going to Fusa Mala School. Mala School, I'm not a Christian. Abuna Zogudi Alfuna and Guinness of Form 2. Then in Gati, man was 28, and his Zangaina, Minamao and Gadika was a Kazas and about every day. Then we got what do you shoot of Sina Putanga? He was up with a Putanga with Eden that was saying Wanga Sukuru. And then he shared me a story of where he's coming from. And up in Zero Garipenta, up a bench. They gave a very good Garipenta job on Chile. Kumana unakuti ukalipenda lopanda sukuru sumurani sumutaniza. Ndana ninakuti ine olo ndini kalipenda namazo kupira pleni ndizina zone roso. Ndikufuna nipile ko sukuru. Ndipo sukuru mena nagerezo lapo za kukwera inali ya Cornerstone. Ine zina ndifundo ndikoza kumana ndina banji. Koma ndamukupirira mbuye ndamuza Christian kuti tinitemu ya chitaku udikire timalize roza kwere September ikamatsekulira. Ndikumbukira ndikumuza Christian kuti wewe usavulike form 2 JC inata ndingofuna kuti uyambire form 3 fani kafuna kuandika kamera kwambiri mwina ndingomsopera majazi ndijoke asipita ne Christian anazota ine form 3 ai ndikufuna kuti ndikayambire form 2 Christian anayamba form 2 bena nikabwera anameda tsitsi osolenga soka likalipenta la wamba mwambone kalonga likwana wa sukuru tinampatsa uniform Christian nikukhala mana watu masiku oche papamono masabata pamono Christian anaoneka mwana osinthika nalasako makhala kutsogolo kumamvetsera mayeso from Tulalembelwa. Christian was one of the few students that managed to get A magrade yake simine ena olose sadakwanitse kuchita. Our guest of honor, stories like Christian's story. These are stories that are there and they move me to continue doing the work that we are doing. When Christian was doing his studies, here is a funny part of his life. Anabwera kutakana na malume yake, ndiye malume yake wakati na ndinagalipenta na malume watu ndani usinha. Kuma galipenta na malume wakona stolbera na sukuli yake ugayamba 7 ngolokoma mwaleza 10:4 nishimewa nkafunafuna zidaoneka kuti Christian anena kuti galipenta na sipanga soba galipano ine ndifuna kupanga sukulu. Ndiye malume yake Christian anamuthamangitsa pakomo. Then Christian became homeless. Christian decided to say, Falinya, anditandiza malo a sukulu, ndisifuna ndisakavunitsenso malo a bodi ndizikakhala. Ndiye Christian anagamba ntchito kwa chitimbe security service. Cholinga chokuti masana kukhala ndili nako ku Cornerstone. Koma usiku kogona ndilibe, nzikagona kuliko, nzikagona banja chisawa ndiyambe ntchito. So Christian anayamba ntchito kwa chitimbe, osakhala mchimina mafuna, koma ifanye kuita mkola nakuthamangitsa pakomo, ndipo panalibenso kuti paliponse pamene akalakhala. Kuyamika Mulungu ifika akazi wanga akulankhula naye, ndamene anazindikira zoti Christian alibe kokhala ndipo ndimulonda, ndandifunsa inu mupanga invest ma Christian koma mukudza zoti alibe kokhala munthu agwira ntchito ngati mulonda. Ine zinandikudza ndipo tsiku lomwelo ndidawuza kuti I'm going to do something. So Cornerstone ndi nyumba zina zimene tinazimanga ngati mosungira mukatundu. I said, Christian, I cannot bring him here, but maybe I can create a space for those stores and allow him to stay there and enjoy the meals. Cornerstone opened up the doors for Christian, who thought through gardening I'm going to find a place to stay. But we didn't only give him education, we also offered him a place where he stays. I want you guys to know that these stories like this, they make us to move and to trust God that whatever we are doing, we are not doing it well. Congratulations, I wish you well. I guess of honor, that's not the Danik who becomes emotional, but sometimes you have these. I remember Ishmael was telling me yesterday to say, what did Danik? She forgot for the good name. It seems we are carrying heavy burdens in us. Kuma tumane ne babe fanyana. Ambe mko kuino, akupatsa bekisomo because of money ne babe. Even after having stories like this, our guest of honor, the class of 2026 has been one of the great classes. A class of 251 students, a class that was full of talent, skills, and lots of ambitions. Class of 2026 is here, and we can testify that these guys have been transformed through the learning, the lessons that we have been doing. It is a class that we have prepared them for a purpose, and the purpose to serve God. Not only serving God, but even serving God as they serve the nation of Malawi. As a country, we are crying so much. People have cried about this generation, that it is a generation that has a lot that they're doing, but not a lot that is going to help them as they grow. It is a worry for many parents when they see the young generation that is growing so irresponsible. Chokoze ino magolo amene makhala mukupereka fees zonse zimene makhala mukupereka pakwathandizira ana amenewa. Sukulu iyi ngakhale ena amabwera namathandizidwa, koma gawo lalikulu ndi sukulu imene cholinga chake chofuna muzilipira ndipo mukalipira mukhoza kuchithandizira kuti ana amenewa akafike patali ndi kupanga zonse zimene ndizoyenera. Chokozeni fuja ndalama zimene makhala mukulipira ngati pali mabalasi ayi izo likambirana kuti pakamafika tsiku lolemba mayeso tikale kuti pamenepo titathandizana. Teachers, I would like to thank you for your work. You have done a lot. As I was describing the class of 2026, I did mention that it is the only class that I have come to the point of saying apuzitsi chilo yanu magwira ifeo tisieni tizidani tiziwerenga in express tindazife bana kunena. It is because of your leadership ahead and the deputy. It is because of your service to these students that you work without asking yourself, how much do I get per month? The vision of Cornerstone has found people that are able to align with, and then we are able to produce results. Today, the joy that has filled in this room, it is a joy because you worked so hard. I cannot promise you of salary increase, but I can promise you of the joy that you have when all these students make it to college. Not long ago, we were celebrating of class of 2025, where 26 students were selected into public university. Kusalima kuna head di kulano, ni sukulu zote pasipesa kwanitsa ukumiza ana university 26. Koma ife, takwanitsa chila zimene zote patukulumbira kuti chaka chino tichita zodabwitsa kuposera zimenezi. Kwa ino, ma students amene mukutsalira titengere chitsanzo chabwino. Let's learn from the outgoing class that they really gave themselves the best, and that has brought results as we are today. As I am about to finish, I would like to invite my daughter Jemima, that's our firstborn. She bothered me so much to say, Daddy, I would like to make a speech. I said, this is for secondary. It's your dad who is going to make a speech, not you. She said, no, Daddy, give me a chance. I would like to make a speech. So this week, she kept me asking me if she can make a speech. I was hesitant to say yes. My wife this morning said, Madam, why can't you just create even a minute or two for her to say? Because this is one of the classes that every time she comes to Sister Chase, she was seeing them studying, and she was coming home to say, Daddy, Cornerstone. And then I could stop my car so that I should talk to you to say, where are you going? Today, she wants to say, just to give best wishes to you, class of 2026. On my behalf, I'll let my daughter do that.
Good morning, teachers, parents, students, and guests. My name is Jemima, and I am grateful for this opportunity to say a few words to our outgoing Form 4 students. Today we celebrate your hard work, dedications, and achievements. Your journey through secondary school has not always been easy, but you have shown determination and resilience. As you leave this school, remember that this is not the end but the beginning of a new chapter in your lives. We will miss your presence, friendship, and contribution to your school community. May you continue to pursue your dreams, work hard, and make a positive difference wherever you go. On behalf of all the well-wishers, I wish you success, happiness, and God's guidance in all your future adventures. Thank you and farewell.
For boys, I can't say much than what she has said. I'm not good at making speeches, but she drafted her speech well. I don't know where I stopped. But our guest of honor, it's a joy that you accepted our invitation. When the organizing chair and the whole committee were preparing all this, there was one piece that was so important. May I have the silence, please? Okay? So this piece, they couldn't fill in, and then they said, let's go to the director and ask who is going to be our guest of honor. Our guest of honor, Mr. Joab from Chakhaza. Your name popped up. I couldn't hesitate when people suggested you to come and grace this occasion today. There was a high radar for me to say, how am I going to get in touch with Joab? Sometimes when you are seeing him smiling, you think you can smile and get him to come and grace your occasion, but not at all. Our guest of honor, it's a joy that through one of my products, Samuel Manasa, laid it down. And then he said, guess what? Joab has accepted. he is coming to be our guest of honor. Mr. Joab, when Sam told me that you have accepted it, I was so happy. And then I called the organizing chair to say, I have an answer to your problem. Mr. Joab is going to be our guest of honor. They couldn't even believe it. Some of them were not even believing it this morning because you came a little late. And then they thought maybe the director was just trying to please us. On behalf of the board chair and the entire management of Cornerstone Ministries, I would like to thank you for accepting our invitation. You are one of the busy people in Malawi, maybe in Africa, maybe in the whole world, accepting to come to a school that is not known. Maybe you even had time to Google, where is Cornerstone? What do you guys do? Because it is a school that is not known. But I want to assure you, it is a school that will be known and people will get surprised. In fact, they are even surprised to say, how come Joab has come to Salima? Not going to the lake, but coming to talk to the students. It's a great joy for us, and take it from me that we are very thankful for your time to come and be with us. To the graduating class of 2026, I want you to know that you guys are lucky that someone known in this country has accepted to come and to grace this occasion. This someone, many of us, some of you have just known him through screen as Kamumana ba TV, Simona Gadamuona. Kumalero, class of 2026, Takubasa ni Pastor Joab Frank Chakhaza, Mr. Cruz 5, Mumuona, Maso di Maso. 20 women in Mantifia. Remember, I said as I conclude, now this is finally, I am going to allow my soldiers to go and take their seats. They have to prepare to hear your speech once they are here. So it's my opportunity this morning to invite, as the guys are leaving, so you guys will be leaving as I'm speaking because I'm concluding. So it's a great joy that Mr. Joab will be speaking to us shortly as soon as they are marching out. In conclusion, I would like to mention about Lonkezo University. Lonkezo University is going to open up its doors January 2027. Thank you so much, Doro, for coming to speak to our students. I've been telling them that please let's attend to this graduation because a lot of things are going to be there. I want you students to know that Lonkezo University is not a university for the failures. It is a university that will come and surprise people. I would like to encourage you, get in touch with her as she'll be around, sticking to us. The time that she's going to be here, get to know more about Lonkezo University and the programs that are there. The fees will be so affordable, but the quality of education will be excellent. So please take your time to know about this. And your parents, maybe some of your children, they were our students, or they graduated but they didn't make it to any university, or they made it to other universities. I want you to know that there's another university that is to be born soon. You can leave the rest, come and join. If you trusted Cornerstone, trust Lonkezo University as well. A very beautiful facility, a very beautiful school with wonderful programs that are there. This is the final conclusion. Lastly, I say so that I can invite Joab to come. Yambo kulando ikuiti Dawidi wasandirani sizubu spagira itioka chocho dikulole ni nyimbo ikupita kina mekata nyimbo hii au invite our guest of honor Mr. Joab. And then we'll start calling out the notifications and other things. So you have about to do not only 20 minutes, but you finish the show. So thank you so much, Ishmael.
Thank you very much indeed, Executive Director, Mr. Falinya. It's still morning, so good morning everyone. Good morning everyone. Ndiakule nchichewa kabina nchuzo. Graduating students akule nchichewa. How? CC. CC. Transformed by, prepared for, yes, transformed by learning, prepared for purpose. Good morning one more time. My name is Joab from Chakhaza, and I'm delighted to be here today to talk to you as you graduate. Let me start by recognizing and thanking the board chairperson, Reverend Edward Kalumatembo, and all members of the board, the executive director, Mr. Falinya of Cornerstone Ministries, T.A. Galonga, the headmaster, Mr. Mbewe, and all teachers and members of staff, distinguished guests, parents, but most importantly, the graduating class of 2026 of Cornerstone Christian High School. Let's give them a huge round of applause, the graduating students. Such an honor to stand in front of you today and say a few words as you graduate. I asked earlier if I should speak in English or in Chichewa. I will speak in both languages just so I can get my message across. But I would like to thank you so much for inviting me to be with you at this graduation ceremony. I'm looking at you sitting there, particularly the graduating students, and I'm reminded of what I was like so many years ago. I have always looked younger than my age, and when I ask people to guess my age, nobody really manages to do so. So I would like to try that. How old do you think I am? Just any guess, just a wild guess. 42. 40. 46. I was seeing somewhere, somebody was writing and saying, I would like to apologize to all the 30-year-olds who I thought were very old when I was younger, because now you're 30 and you realize, not that old really. So, I graduated in Form 4 in 1998. Surprise, surprise. I get that all the time. No, I'm not as young as you think. It's a long time ago. Some of you were not even born yet. Should we have another one or not? It's a long time ago, and I'm not trying to scare you by saying that. I'm just trying to state a matter of fact. Kuti, there was a time when I was as young as you are, as innocent, hopefully, as you are, as naive, for sure, as most of you are, and as hopeful as most of you are. Now, where do I start? The Ambe Church, if anyone to our this, we suffer from a certain complex. When people look at us, they think we have made it. We have lived the soft life and we are enjoying life. And oh my God, I want to be like him. I wish I could be like him. No, you don't want to be like me. You want to be like me now. But if you saw me in 1998, you wouldn't want to be like me. I don't know Garamukundimba. And that's fine. Like let me talk about myself as Joab Chakhaza. People don't know who I am, and I see that all the time when I post, for example, on Facebook about my experiences and things. You know, that's what people believe. But I want to tell you, it hasn't always been like that. I was born in a family of 4 people. I am the second born, and I'm the only boy in our family. And when I say that, most people say, it makes sense. The only boy, they think I was the only boy in the family growing up. That's not the case. My mother was a primary school teacher. My father, anali mulangizi wa Kiligaja. Things have changed. We no longer have those. Well, we do, but not like it used to be. Kaligale amakala mulangizi nditu, amakala kwa Kiligaja, enamali kusigimu. Mkati mweni where the farmers were. Amabala sakanjingaga bala sandika hafasaki. Those from those days know this. An ordinary agriculture extension officer. That was my father. Although what number 1 to 4, from growing up in our house, Sinimakala and 10 at any given time. You know the whole extended family business in Malawi. So my father anagatenga anas baleao temakali mots. My mother anagatenga anas baleao temakali mots. So when I say I was the only boy, I wasn't the only boy in the house. In my parents' family, yes. But living in the house, timakala kuja watu zoja mbale imoti kuikamuka ntanda ndiyo ncha nitaziti wateta kula. Tawi mene unalikungo pakula jisima mujibese ni umo ndiyo umo nose mkuzungulira chonchi mkumaji lali moti. That's the life that I grew up in. Not a privileged life with a silver spoon in my mouth, as some people say. No. Primary atu, tunaimba, tumayenda long distances going to primary school. Barefoot, all those things we have done. Ineo magets, it was when I went to Robert Blake Secondary School in 1994. That means the whole primary school. Timakala nyumba, yovanda mageti, kuskulu, kovanda mageti. Uyenda kubira kuskulu, weruka kubira kunyumba, ijani sanga tizibira kumunda digalime. That was my life. You wake up early in the morning, mubira kumunda mugalime, you come back home, musambe, mujepala, munyamulema hobe, kuzibira kuskulu. That was my life. Koma inelima tukoza ifwaja school. Ena school inatitsuka. Inatitsambitsa. And we are now living a life that we never dreamt we could ever live in this life. As I have said, my mother was a primary school teacher. My father anali mulangizi wa Kiligaja. Sana antolemera by any definition. And even in the family that we grew up with, Finali family yovutika. Maybe you would say average, mostly below average. That's how we grew. koma school imapereka mwayi kunena kuti anthu amene mwachokera madera osiyanasiyana as you go through school imamba kukupanga kugiredani pang'ono by form 4 makhala kuti mwayamba kukokera. When you are lucky and you go to university makhala kuti zinthu zamba kusintha. Mukamanga maliza college, you are totally different people. You are speaking a totally different language. Anthu amene ifeyo tinang'amba nawo form 1 iwo ife kumasilira kuti anzathu amabwera ndi kashuka akamapita ku school, amabwera ndi chiwamba. I couldn't take chiwamba kupita ku school. I don't even know if you guys know what chiwamba is. I couldn't. Akuti ani nyongo ane mafuta kudala. We didn't get any of that. Going to secondary school, kunali anzathu amene amabwera ndi zimene zozo ife timasilira tikuyamba form 1. Mmene makafika form 4 zinthu zitasintha. Ife we were performing well, we are top of the class, iwaja aliwo. Mmene timamaliza form 4 ife kupita college, iwaja akanika school. Mwaona life is many machita. Our paths have never met from that point. In a college, you are school yafuta. 4 years later, I'm graduating with a degree. Iwaja awatira. 4 years later, I have a job, I have a steady job. So you can't even, I meet them all the time and say, oh, we were together at Robert Blake. I can't even remember, I can't even recall. That, my friends, is life. It's many machita. In the end, manena is for you na kuti. If you can go we usually justify our failure. We explain our failure. Oh, awo ndipo mfeka kuti azikhala life imene yo chifukwa choti makolo awo ndi ochita bwino, chifukwa kuti amakhala nyumba ya magetsi, chifukwa choti iye ndi wantali ndi wamfupi. We always explain why we are failing. Koma ine ndikaona there is no explanation whatsoever for failure. No. Chifukwa yomanona hainesi ndikaonetse isisi, there's someone in the same situation amene is doing well. Same conditions, same everything. In some cases, even worse. There was a story of a Christian here. What reason do you have yole pelera kupita ku school? What reason do you have? Ngati nzanu akulolera kumaka kupita ntchito yaulonda. Ugadi sounds better. Novenga za Jisulu. Oma yaulonda. Your friend is willing ukakupita ntchito yaulonda kuti apeze pogona. Osakuti apange raise fees. Faza fees zondesa angakwanitse mkoma ina kumulipira ina. Koma kuti ndipeze pogona ndikagwira ntchito yaulonda. Kuti ndizikagona kumene kwako in the morning I should go back to school. And you are sitting there explaining why you have failed. Justifying why I say you honestly. Just shut up and go and work and pass. So I did my primary school like that. I went to secondary school. I knew that I'm coming from a poor family, and I knew kuti ineyo chimene ndingagwire chimene ndingazendewere pamwe wanga mu school yomwe. Pali beso ife nali beso dai holiday ndo mukapangira kwa nkolo anu akuzomba. Ai holiday mukapangira wanti ana kuplanta kunalibe. You know how much that sucks. Like my mother being a primary school teacher in their clan, in their entire clan, propuzira kwambira nali wo. Akamabwelo zabepo opposite amara opposite my mother. A primary school teacher. Basi bale yao onse, mazi uncle, mazi auntie, my sisters, she was the most educated. My father, mlangizi wake gaja. Kuntundu wao wose akamagabepa kwa bangwa ile. Now that's when you know I think our days into Sizugu in my head. So I worked hard in secondary school. I passed. I worked hard and I passed. I was selected to Chancellor College, Panagudi University of Malawi. I did education, humanities. I specialized in French and I minored in English. I graduated 4 years later as a professional French and English teacher. After graduating, Nabila Wapuzita was secondary. I taught in secondary school. For 2 years, I was teaching people like you. Even older, I said, well, how many will I open Makala night school? So I'm aware I'm in school. And I said, now they want to upgrade and get a certificate. I'm aware that my one chito, Zodiac, they advertised, I applied. I went. I aced those interviews. I just destroyed the whole interview. Many people and matoni chilo hii agabanda kutitenga ineyo palibe kutamina unembe chilo mano. I knew it when I was looking at that panel. Matoni awawa abundisirira kuti muntu uyu bajiri ngomulembera rukompano risadikire sozo panga soucheni. I destroyed that interview and I passed and they picked me. I started working with Zodiac. I did radio with Zodiac. I did television with Zodiac. Education is somebody say Mwina ina no mulindibe na mabene madalira mulindazi Battalion I India mkolanga makaku South Africa I anjanga UK and kaya mwina kwa mabene mazwira ineyo. If it was not for education, was already wugusha. Abenandika wabunchika kalima muzio mkulu ule mkulu abena matiwa zose zimene zochitikira kubele kunchako andika crowd kangesa naeza matawo nene no koma yake ndi mkulu basi. So I want to share a few things as I wind up. Kuti, as you are starting your life, because your life starts now, what are some of the things that you need to bear in mind? One, you need to learn to embrace lifelong learning. What I mean is, pali school imene limaphunzira kulowa klasi akuzitsingulipuzitsa nkumapita nkulipatsa ma certificate kapena ma degree ma diploma koma tiphunzire kumatiphunzitsa toka in other areas. So kuskula akuza kuliputsa jeli maphunzira zichi, but if there is a skill that you can learn, kandi kukoma, kandi kupenta, kandi tailoring, kandi kuwerenga mabuku ena oti wewe ukuzame muchina chake, that should be your personal initiative. Aphunzitsira thokoza anagwira ntchito, analiphunzitsa kulemba ndi kuwerenga, analiphunzitsa kuwerenga chizungu, analitsekula maso kapena analitsekula mutu. Kwinako isipalasa ndifeyo. Even when you are learning to ride a bike, amakugwirira eti ukatende akasiya mukanga kufuna kugwa amakugwirira. Koma ndeo muntu ja okuphunzitsa kuja basi azigwirira mpaka na kuli wose komene uzipita ndupita kusengape nde njinga kutiyeni basi akuthamanga ali pamweyo mpaka na kusengape namaliza ndimafuna zendemu ndigwirire so ndikubwerera so kwa muvurodi akugwirira. No, ye ujana kuphunzitsa kupalasa njinga, how to balance chijoki kayambalijani, all that anakuphunzitsa. Kwina kono iwe weka, you have to continue cycling to get wherever you're going. So lifelong learning is very important. Work hard with integrity. So working hard ndio vuta kuipanga kuti am I working hard kapena am I not? Iwe mwino wake umadziwa pachilungamo pake kuti ineyo I think I'm not applying myself fully. Umadziwa kaya makolo wako ukuwanamiza kuti koma ndikumalimbikira koma wewe pasipa mtima umadziwa kuti ineyo I don't think I'm working hard enough. A person with no destination can go anywhere and they will still have arrived at their destination. You don't have to be like that. Please live with purpose. And finally, stay rooted in faith and community. Hold on to your values. As you're growing up, hold on to those things. Hold on to those things. I say, well, mafuto langu ndikakula kuti. Work on this. Work on it and hold on to that. You will see Pindulani, Utsogoloko, those things, they mean a lot. Class of 2026, I wish you all the best. Ndukuvera nijisoni. Ndukuvera nijisoni. Sakumube musoneko kumube, ndukuvera nijisoni. Fanya ni moyo. Mwawe ya magumene, mwili kutani. Ndimoyo, mwili kutani. Form 4 guys, wanabodi sana nizani. Ibe chito inailios. Sorry, Form 4. Celebrate this. Be happy. Get the presents and everything. From Form 4, wanobo guys. Ibe pindu inailios. So ndukuvera nijisoni. Fanya ni mwafika. Pa junction yofunigira wambi. Most of the people that I have known in my life, moyo wao utasoko negera ku secondary. Sana pange sorry kava. Anhambi secondary ngo option guys. Umapita hapo uli mwana usakudziwa kufunika kwa school. Koma ndi pamene uli ndi mphamvu ndi nzeru zolukoza panga school. Now you mess up at this age. Ne ukakula umadzadziwa kufunikira ndi phindu la school. But you are too old. Ulupanga na school ija. Kumango kona mkalasi. Mkono not. Computer na puzira musaya mbira. Nigirigebo ya baba nigirigebo. You are too old to learn. So I feel sorry for you guys. Mulipa stage yopya wambili. And upanga zibwana baba. Mwe wanu kuza usoko nigeni. Koma, it's also an opportunity for you to shape your lives. Alipigia suguru ile enafe kumekula jizungu jonji ndi suguru. Sidi nakulile kumpanda. My parents passed on about 10 years ago. God rest their souls. Kwa masama nakula jizungu alimele bakula ile manogo ya. Jizungu jao inaliyopeta jisoni kwa mpifu. Sidi nakula jizungu kunyumba watu. We didn't even call our father dad. Timara baba. We didn't call our mother mom. Timarenda mama basi. Kwa school inali tuga. Nimangula jizungu ineo. Pale mnamalanga ndibebelete ya. Sanga ndibebelete mu. I can talk to anyone in the world. I can interview anyone I want. As far as I am standing there and I'm talking to that person, I know my stuff. I hope I'm allowed to do that. I worked hard in Chakhaza, my first degree at Chancellor College in 2003. Dinabanga Masters Yoyamba in 2009, Masters in Strategic Management. Ninabanga Masters Yajiwili in Media Management in London at Westminster, and I passed with a distinction. South Africa. Did I get where I am because I have a brother in the UK? Mutu. I used my head. There's no other entitlement that I have in this life. I worked hard, I earned what I have. In a Mutagandibata program, cinema pregeza, cinema sewaya. I go and I prepare. Even now, and I'm no. I go, I read, I prepare. Then I go to meet people interview Sangani na mize. And I challenge them, even if they look, the way I look at them, although you haven't answered, I know what you're going to say. And if you don't say what I know, I will know that you're lying. This is who we made him and the confidence in that. Hi, mama, hi, my dad, my mom has this car, my father, those things, my friend, when you are going ahead with life, they don't mean anything. Nothing. If you get married, you will be son, good body, many more figure. My one, Muro, it's a 4 ways by many papa. mupitirira mutete kapena mungona ineyo nolebisana nchi. Thank you so much for this opportunity kuti I could talk to you. I wish you all the best and most of all congratulations to all of you. Thank you so much.
No, thank you so much once again, Joab. What a great honor that you have given us this morning. Some 20 years ago, one of my friends was at Robert Blake, Joab Madagola. So Robert Blake called you to be their guest of honor. Yes. So he's in the US doing his masters. So he was asking how are things going on, and I'm telling him Joab was speaking as a guest of honor. I said, he was my guest of honor 2006 at Robert Blake, and we danced the breakaway. I will not ask you to do the breakaway here. What a world. Thank you so much. In class of 2026, tuweke managori kumchulayo, kanzanga, kamaliza masters yake, kaupanga zina, siku inalaika na kalabansi, ndikuwa Joab akulankula. He believed what Joab was telling him, and then now he worked with us for some years. He's in the US doing his masters. Who knows, the next year will come from us. Joab, da kutika kwambiri ndichisoni chimene mwamva manpower ine mati ambuye akalola kuzowa mbize takupatsani sukulu iyi ya Cornerstone. Mukanena kuti ndipita ukakwera phiri patendazira makakwera phiri kuja 6 years mukoza kungotiuza kuti atayi ndini nthawi kufanira kuledi anaja nakasira apa pano mungotiuza ngati ziraunongeka kale koma nangatilani tena mwayo azigwiritsa ntchito musanabwere kunalikasewero apa kamene kamaonetsa amavuto amene ankakonda kugona osawerenga ndeza watina ndamalembetsana mtima nakumaoni kuyatsalayi 8 days yatsalayi ikuzolongera ndiyakunditsimikizira kuchipokera ambuye akalola nthawi yake musadikire kuti kufunseni ino kuti ndakufunsani kale mudavomera kale. I drove to Cornerstone Christian High School. Be one of the schools you can mentor the students because the community we are coming from, the community kufunikira mambiri amikakoza kubwera ndikuyilankhula ndikuyisindikiritsa kuzokhala nambiri ochokera kwa Karonga komanso limene kukula mtendyana kuchokera kumakomo osiyanasiyana. Ndiye kuti such kind of talks will really help not only those in Salima but will help people around. Tikufunditsani bana kuti nthawi inoyo mafuna ndipereke mphatso kandi chani chokupereka kupaliza notification. Tili ndi mwayi kuti mwana 252 amene anakwanitsa kupereka pang'ono kuti akhoza zakhala pano ndi 152 amene adapatsa notification awo. But sanafike kumeneko ndikuti tipereka mphatso kupanga recognize mass knowledge iwo amene akhala kuchita bwino magawo osiyanasiyana. Ndiye kuti inuyo ndi abusa Galulo Matembo mubwera kutsogolo kuno pamene kupereka notification. Ndiye kuti tisakupemphani mukale pansi pamtundu kwambiri kamata ndaoralesa famo kubiretsanje. Ndiye kuti pamene ndizachite abusa Galulo Matembo adzakhala pansi director admission zakulonjezo azabwera kutsogolo kuno mukumva ndolo nthawi ya notification mudzabwera mudzayima pamodzi ndi Joab za Dr. Jijere siku yakaina kuti kodi mumadani ndi Joab akatira zokuyimira guest of honor. Ndiye kuti abusa azakhala and then Mrs. Jijere will come and pass the gift, the notifications to our students. Ndiye kuti zikatero zimakoti zikupita kumapeto ndicho tikafuna zofukwana ndi zina zambiri tipanga panjapo tikantaya bwinodere cholinga kuti tisasokoneze. Ndiyo ndiko ma students mukale kuti muli paja munauzira paja. I know you have done a wonderful job creating space, chairs for your parents. So we still ask you to come quick as you can as I ask the Vice Chair, the organizing chair, to call out the names. Abusa, would you please come forward? And so